A lot of doctors, and I will say it, that are not Black women immediately tell us that we need to get a hysterectomy, removal of your uterus. My first visit with a doctor, letting them know I have fibroids, I was sitting on the chair, and we didn't do any testing yet. We didn't take a sonogram, a ultrasound yet to see where they're placed. I was immediately told a hysterectomy is necessary in this situation. Hi, my name is Tamika Haywood, and I am living with fibroids. The first time that I learned that I had fibroids, I was actually pregnant with my daughter, who is now 15. So 15 years ago, I was about 21 years old, and they told me, the doctors told me, that it's just nothing to worry about. I soon learned that that was not the case.
Uterine fibroids, or myomas, or leiomyomas, are non-cancerous tumors of the uterus and extremely common in women, especially women of the African diaspora. The great majority of women who have fibroids, and 7 out of 10 women will have fibroids, one of the symptoms is no symptom at all. But women who tend to have symptoms, 25% of those women will have symptoms of abnormal uterine bleeding. Heavy menstrual cycles, cycles that are too long, cycles that are irregular, cycles that are unpredictable. They come whenever they want. So that's one of the main symptoms. The second main symptom is that of pressure, feeling a sensation that your lower abdomen, your body is just too full. And some of those symptoms of that fullness is urinating frequently, not being able to get all the pee out at one time. And some women actually, because of that pelvic pressure and fullness, actually have difficulty having a bowel movement.
My fibroids didn't grow big, but I had a lot of them, a lot of small ones, and it affected my menstrual cycle greatly. My menstrual cycle would last for about 3 weeks sometimes, really heavy at times, to the point where I was wearing adult diapers to remedy, the amount of blood loss I had from the fibroids. And so with my physical health, I was always tired, always fatigued, anemic, severely anemic, had blood transfusions to remedy that. And also on top of that, just mentally not feeling like myself. So that led me into a depression. Navigating the medical space in itself added more stress. A lot of doctors, and I will say it, that are not Black women immediately tell us that we need to get a hysterectomy, removal of your uterus. It's not until I was in contact with a doctor who referred me to a specialist who's a Black woman doctor, and she made sure that I had the care that I needed in order to keep my uterus intact, be able to have kids in the future, as well as remedy the situation at hand. The type of surgery she recommended was a myomectomy. I had 80 fibroids removed from my body, all 135 pounds. 80 tumors were removed. And so when I had 80 of them removed, my doctor let me know that that was the most she ever removed from someone at one time, as well as she knew how important it was for me to have removal and not have removal of my uterus.
Well, there are lots of treatments and lots of surgeries for fibroids. Unfortunately, the cure, and I'll use that word, for fibroids is actually to remove the uterus. And a myomectomy is removal of the fibroids, going in and removing each individual fibroids, because fibroids look like balls inside of the uterus. They are firm, they are hard, and what we do surgically is we go in and remove each of the individual fibroids out of the bed that they're nestled or kept in, and then we're able to close over the defect left by removing that fibroid. So that can be done by an open procedure where people have the bikini incision. That could be done by an incision where we make small openings, and this is minimally invasive surgery. Fibroids will return, and that's what I tell all my patients who I do myomectomy on. The myomectomy, whether it's minimally invasive or the bigger procedure, they're gonna come back. What we're hoping is that by the time they come back, whatever you had the issue with is we're going to be resolving spontaneously. For example, abnormal uterine bleeding, those heavy menstrual cycles, right? We know that when a woman goes through menopause, her menstrual cycle is going to stop. That defines menopause. That's the hallmark. I'm not having my menstrual cycle as frequently, but we need to get you to that point, right? And a myomectomy potentially can do that for you, right? So you get to the point that when they're starting to grow back, your body's going through a menopausal state. You don't have the hormones stimulating the growth of the fibroids. And that's what some of the medication does. And the medication that we give for fibroids is the medication that gives you a false or temporary menopause. So the hormones are less or they're not present. So the fibroids don't have that to respond to. So those symptoms go away for a temporary time. It's unfortunately, we can't keep you on that medicine forever. And the other unfortunate part of that is when we stop the medication, the fibroids tend to grow back. So that medication, those medications are bridging medications, bridging you to hopefully get to menopause, bridging you in preparation for surgery, but they're not the end all to be all as far as the treatment for fibroids. So the answer to the question is that the fibroids will come back.
In my fibroids journey, one thing that I realized, one of my favorite hobbies, which is dance, I stopped doing. And within the time frame that I stopped dancing is the time frame that the fibroids grew in excess. So I started dancing again, and just for my own leisure, creatively, just tapping into more creative things that feed my spirit, feed my soul, and just make me overall happy in order to stay active, in order to have a calm mind and do all the things that I need to do in order to not have those fibroids come back in excess. I would have to say that if you are dealing with fibroids, just had your surgery, have a surgery coming up, this is the start of your new chapter. This is your body letting you know that, hey, we gotta fight harder for us to win. And it's not a bad fight. It's a fight towards better living. It's a fight towards better health. It's a fight towards helping yourselves to help other women who have this problem because it's so common. So I would let my other brave fibroids warriors know this is for us to help each other. It's a community thing.